Hey, this is Father Robert from Gadget@thetechstop.net. You know, the place where it's always time to get your geek on. I'm still here at Interop 2009 at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we're approaching the last few hours of the Interop network. Now, Interop has always been known for high-end networking. It is the premier networking conference in North America. We've got the largest temporary network in the world. We own 2% of the internet's addressing space. And so you kind of expect to see the latest and the greatest. Now, the latest and the greatest normally hinge around the fastest in the new wireless switches, like this D2 from Enterasys, which essentially puts an enterprise-class desktop switch on your desk. We've got this, the Xeris wireless arrays, the 4, the 8, the 12, the 16, the 24-unit radios that, well, are just pretty damn cool in the world of networking. But that's not all we have here at Interop. One of the things that we see more and more of is that as the networks grow more complicated, as more and more data flows past, as more of your important stuff is found in the cloud, we need a good way to make sure that the network is working properly. Now, many of these products from Xeris and from Enterasys and all of our other vendors here at Interop do have built-in tools, but nothing quite beats having a specialized piece of gear that allows you to peek in on what's going on in your network. And that's where taps come into play. Now, the official tap provider of Interop is NetOptics, and they've given me a couple of units to demonstrate the different pieces of gear that we got installed throughout the network. Now, as you see, the idea is in between each of our PEDs or racks, we've got a tap. In between our switches, we've got taps. In between our links, between our network and the outside world, we've got taps. And the idea is at any given point, we have the ability to sort of peek, take that particular data stream, analyze it, break it down, and then from that information be able to say what's wrong or what's right with the network. Now, this larger box is actually one of the ones that we have throughout the network. This is more of a tap and aggregator. It's a little bit larger, has actually some electronics built into it. And the idea is that you've got these two fiber ports over here that allow you to essentially put it into the middle of your network where it isn't even seen. In other words, someone using your network doesn't even know that this is here. And yet you have the ability to siphon off the traffic, to see what's going on, to be able to really do deep packet inspection without interfering with the flow of data on your network. Now, not everyone needs something as complicated or as, well, let's just say powerful as this. And so NetOptics has also brought over these, a copper and a fiber passive tap. Now, the idea behind these is that there really isn't a whole lot going on. In fact, in the fiber tap, there's not even any power that's needed. It's entirely passive. They take that fiber and they actually bend it enough so that they can put another piece of fiber that would just get enough of the light, enough of the laser light, that you can see what's going on in the network. Now, just like any other tap you might have, you've got your input and your output, and then you've got these mirrored ports, which will allow you to know exactly what's going on in the transmit and the receive side of your fiber. Now, for those who are still stuck with copper, and believe me, that's most of the world, they have this, which is a 10, 100, 1 gigabit copper tap. Now, the idea is, as you can see, it's got 4 ports here. You've got your in and your out, so that you've got the network that you need. It'll pass right through. But you've also got the ability to monitor just one or the other. Now, this is important when you're dealing with networking because sometimes you don't want all of the traffic going back and forth, but you just want one side. You want the incoming or the outbound traffic so that you can say, take a look at what's happening with your SIP trunk or your VoIP calls, or perhaps take a look at some, I don't know, suspicious traffic that might be heading through your network concerning torrents. Now, these are tools for the network professional, but I wanted to bring them into the show because all of you who use the internet, who use networks, who go to work or go to school, need to understand that these devices do exist and that, well, you know, they're used by professionals like myself to keep an eye on the networks that they manage. If you want to find out more about what NetOptics does, we're going to be doing a more in-depth demonstration of how a tap works in the near future. Or you can go to their website at www.netoptics.com. Also, be sure to stop by our website at www.thetechstop.net and you'll be able to find all of our episodes in high resolution. Remember, this is the place to get your geek on, and there's no Uber Geek without you.